We're live. Welcome to the SoReal Sports Podcast with your host, Lamar SoReal, and co-host, Reginald Walker. What's up, Reg?
What's going on, my brother?
Nothing much, man. How's everything going?
Long day at work, just you know how they go. Just at work, at home, at work, at home.
Yeah, pretty
But
much.
hey, we got sports. We got sports to talk about.
I know, right? We got sports to talk
Yeah,
about. That's a good thing. So we're
yeah.
back for another episode. But before we begin, I'd like to say that on the SoReal Studios YouTube page, that our SoReal Sports Podcast is the most viewed. So that's pretty good thing right there going on right there. We're the most viewed. So obviously somebody is listening to us. And
Somebody is.
hopefully we can get more to come on that. So that's a positive thing. So they want us to keep this going. And that's something we're going to do.
We got y'all. We got y'all. Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you. Keep them coming. Make sure you tell a friend. Make sure that friend tell a friend, and just keep it moving. Cause we're not gonna stop. We definitely ain't gonna stop. Like
Yeah,
P Diddy,
just pull up to somebody at the light and just tell them watch SoReal Studios.
right? Tell them to watch the So Real Sports Podcast on some real studios, man. Cause we keep it real. That's all. That's our motto. We keep everything real, and that's
Yes,
fact.
sir. Yes, sir.
So let's go on, get on to these sports right quick. Now, first sport is football. So Cam Newton is no longer a Carolina Panther. He is a New England Patriot. Man, that is something I thought I'd never see. Cam Newton, a
Yeah,
New England
you and me
Patriot.
both.
So, how you feel that's gonna work out?
First and foremost, not sure if anybody remembers it or not, but I'm gonna just go ahead and bring it back out one more time, let everybody know who
He,
that nation over here.
he's showing off that damn arm again, that bicep. That's gonna be a
Yeah,
known
yeah,
thing on this podcast, probably.
yes it is.
So
Yes, it is, especially football season around the corner.
this the second consecutive time you done this. You gonna make it a habit?
I'm going for gold, baby, going for gold. Yeah, but back in things, being a fan, can't say that I love it. We haven't gotten to college sports yet, but I'm an Alabama fan. So ever since Auburn beat Alabama, I believe it was 2012. I haven't liked Cam, and to see that he got drafted to the Carolina Panthers in my division, it just made it. My hate for him is real. Like I don't care about him. And then everything he does, outside of football is just beyond me. I don't understand it. I don't get the hair. I don't get clothes. I don't get the I'm hurt mentality all the time. Uh, but that's all I got negative to say. To the good things that I have to say. I think Cam going to actually moving out of my division is a good move because now I ain't got to worry about it no more. Not that I actually worried about Cam in the first place because
You
we
did.
would either usually we would usually split with Atlanta. Since his tenure there, we swept them once, but usually we would split with Carolina. They won the division 2 years straight. We won the division 3 years straight. So I like overall my quarterback better than him. So other than that, him going to the Bill Belichick system, I think that's an okay move. I think that they'll work good together as far as them being human beings and be able to come together and find out a plan that works for New England. No, not to mention they do have Josh McDaniels, who is a great coordinator, in my opinion. And with Cam being a mobile quarterback, with Cam being basically a dual quarterback, he's good in the red zone. He's good for goal line, uh, third and short situation. He's a good quarterback. To He's big, he's physical. He's not as accurate as a lot of quarterbacks in the league, and showed a lot in that Broncos Super Bowl that he lost. Here again, Broncos did have number one defense that year, and they did, and was on his ass that whole game. But the throws that I see him make, he was, always overthrowing or underthrowing because of the. So I'm not sure if he just needed a better O line. Honestly, in my opinion, I think Carolina needed to get rid of their whole, like everybody in the general office, starting with the general managers all the way down to Revere, and think that they kind of cleaning up now. But overall, I think that he will work good with Josh McDaniels in the Bill Belichick system. So ultimately, I think it's a good move for him, especially since the way Carolina let him go. Because that was, a lot of people can say that was kind of disrespectful.
It was.
I wouldn't go that far as say. I was far as to say it's disrespectful, but the way it was done was just not appropriate. Disrespectful to him by any means. It was just. I don't think it was handled properly. But overall, he should do well with the Patriots. But only time will tell, as we know. As far as things go, only time will tell.
Okay, I got you on that, and I agree with a lot of stuff that you said, but I feel like my opinion is that this will be a huge move for not Cam. This is more of a huge move for Bill Belichick, as you call him, because he's so used to he's never had a quarterback like this. I mean, even with Jacoby Brissett playing for like 2 games, he's not as mobile as Cam Newton is. He's not the player of Cam Newton. Now Cam Newton has been an MVP. He has led his team to the Super Bowl. Had a 15-1 record. He has all these accolades. But, however, Bill Belichick never had nobody as mobile as Cam Newton. He had Tom Brady, who I think is the greatest of all time, who is the GOAT. It is clearly up for debate, but we will find out this year. Bill Belichick is in his first year with a new quarterback since Tom Brady. Now, he did have 1 year without Tom Brady because of an injury in which he had Matt Castle, and they didn't make the playoffs, but they won 11 games. That's shocking to me. They won 11 games, didn't even make the playoffs. That was crazy. Now, you can't normally say that you win 11 games and don't make the playoffs.
I'm gonna just insert myself. I'm not even 100% sure on that particular season and wins and who they beat, but if you have 6 divisional games you got to play, you only have to win 5 more games to get to 11 wins and still not make the playoffs. Like I said, I'm not sure of how it played out, but that's really just not hard to do. I mean, it's Castle. He can win 5 games.
Matt Castle, the same Matt Castle that left that team, went to Kansas City and was what? Trash.
Garbage.
Exactly. So it's not that easy. Now, people always blame the Patriots got an easy division. They always got to play the Dolphins. They always got to play the Jets. They always got to play the Bills. So that's an easy division. I believe it's Dolphins, Jets, Bills, ain't it? Okay. Ain't the Bills? Hold on, time out. Didn't the Bills make the playoffs last year?
Bills did make the playoffs last year.
Okay. So we'll move on from that since that's such an easy division. But besides that point, the fact is that Cam Newton going there is a good move for him because he needs to show that he is back and that injury is not going to last his whole career because that kind of injury will hurt him towards his career. But hopefully, that him playing with the Patriots will actually get him a movement. Now, the pay, I hated that he got paid like that because we sitting here looking at other quarterbacks who are backups making way more money than him. We even got third string in Chase Daniels making more money than Cam Newton this year. Just let that sink in for a minute. Chase Daniels, the third string quarterback, the quarterback would not touch the field whatsoever this year. I don't even think he'll touch the field in preseason. I'm gonna go on the record. He might not hit the field in preseason, but he gonna make more money than Cam. He gonna make more money than Cam. That is terrible. That is terrible. But that's besides the point. Cam got a job. I'm happy for him. I'm glad that he's gone to a team that's actually are well organized within the organization. We still got Robert Kraft. We still got Bill Belichick. I believe you said McDaniels, Josh McDaniels. I don't like I don't like saying his name too much because he used to be the coach, the head coach for the Rams, and we was terrible with him. So I feel like he is a great offensive coordinator, and he needs to stick to that. He never needs to become the head coach because we have seen him plenty of times as a head coach and how terrible he became as a head coach. Ask us and ask Denver Broncos. But besides that point, Cam Newton will.
Well, that's kind of like Alabama coach Nick Saban. You know how terrible he was as a head coach in the NFL versus him being a coach in college. So I can understand where you're coming from.
He ain't have enough. He ain't have enough time. They only gave him like 2 years. You need a longer time to be able to do something. And plus,
especially with them,
especially with the Dolphins. So
right.
But at the end, I feel like Cam Newton, with the addition to the New England Patriots, I believe they can win that division. That's just me. I feel like they can win that division with Cam.
Remember, this is going in the files, y'all.
You keeping it five. I don't care where you put it. You can stick it up your ass. All I care. He will win the division for the New England Patriots. I'm putting it down right now. Matter of fact, in one of my sports groups, that I'm in, they got something called the Lamar Files. Because they always claim that I always say something and don't never believe it. And either that or it be a complete lie. And it be completely false. So I want this under the Lamar Files.
This is definitely
Cam Newton and the New England Patriots will win the division. I don't know how many games they're going to win in the playoffs, but division they will win.
It is definitely going in the SoReal Files.
Yeah, it's going in the Lamar Files, the SoReal Studio file. You put it in any files you want to. They will win the division. Even though they got the toughest schedule in the league, they still will win the division. I believe in Cam. I believe that the moves that I believe him having James. I believe Sony Michel mainly will be an upkeep. I believe he gonna have an increase in his career because of Cam Newton. Because Cam like to throw it to the short running backs, and I feel like that Sony Michel will be able to be that running back that can catch out the backfield. I don't know about Julian Edelman, but I know Mohamed Sanu will be a help, and I also know N'Keal Harry will be a help. But that's it, pretty much. I know defense gonna do their job because Belichick always keep a good defense.
That's where the money went to pay Cam. It was everything is built in their defense.
He he had enough money to at least give him $5 million and gave him $1 million in an egg roll. That's basically what he gave.
He probably like egg rolls.
Yeah. Well, he at least he don't like crab legs like your backup quarterback does. But that's beside the point. I ain't mean to
It's
go that
very
way.
beside the point.
I
Stay
did
on
not.
top. Stay on
No,
top.
I did not mean to go there. My bad. I'm sorry. Shout out to
Did he
Chase.
get paid more than Cam?
Yeah, but he still got paid less than Chase Daniels. He still got paid less than Chase Daniels. That man sitting on money ain't doing nothing. But the reason why Cam is in the Patriots because the quarterback that used to play for the Patriots has moved on to your division, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. How you feel about the GOAT Tom Brady going to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
I hate it and love it at the same time. The last 2 times that we played Brady, he has whooped us, and not whooped us bad, but it was embarrassing way to lose in the times that we lost to him.
Okay.
I can't really speak on how I feel like he'll do because there's so many questions surrounding Tampa Bay. First of all, let's start with the offensive coordinator Byron Leftwich. He sucks. He hadn't put together anything in the past 7 years to make me feel like he is the offensive coordinator of that team. Not to mention, they got Gronk. Okay, I get that. Who's their number one running back? Because you can't rely on Tom to just air it out every single down.
I believe they picked up a one in the draft, and I think his last name Bond.
Keyshawn Vaughn.
Yeah,
Keyshawn Vaughn. I know you're talking about.
Yeah, they picked him up in the draft.
But here again, like we discussed the other day, with the shortened preseason, how much time will he get on the field in preseason to show he really has? This is my concern with.
Now let me chime in on that. Tom Brady has been cheating. I mean, it wasn't literally cheating, but he wasn't supposed to be working out with his teammate. But he has been working out ever since he signed that contract with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now he wasn't supposed he actually went to the wrong house to check and get some playbook from Byron Leftwich, which he wasn't supposed to be nowhere near because they was on the lockdown. Tom Brady is focused, man. I feel like he's focused. But you can continue.
Yeah, I just overall I think it's a bad move for the NFC South in being that I'm number one in the South. Let's just go and get that out there. The Saints are solidified in the South. As of right now, Carolina is maybe a close favorite. No, you know what? I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say Atlanta is a close number 2 in our division. But here again, look what Matt Ryan did against Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. I don't trust him. Nobody should trust Matty Ice. He is garbage. And the fact that he got to play Tom Brady twice means that he will lose to Tom Brady twice. I honestly believe that we possibly will split with Tampa Bay this year, even though we typically do because we usually play Tampa at the end of the season. So we done already won our 11, 12 games at that point in time. So, it's really not necessary to just go in there and continue whooping up on people. Not to say that, we just lay down and stop caring at that point in time, but, who really cares about the season at that point when the playoffs is already solidified for us. But overall, I think it's a good move for him individually, a person, because, once we knew last year that last year was going to be and definitely his last year with the Patriots, it was just a thing on, well, where do we go now? And I'm not really sure why he chose Tampa Bay as the place to, I guess, retire. But let's just be honest here. He is not going to retire with a ring in Tampa Bay. If Tampa Bay even scratches the playoffs, it's still going to be rough on whoever they have to face. As far as NFC teams go, because now he's got that system, and he basically has to relearn everything because he's not working with Bill Belichick anymore. He's working with Byron Leftwich, which again is trash. He is terrible. He probably is the one who encouraged James to go in there and steal crab legs in the first place.
Okay. Yeah. You can blame him all you want to. It's cool. It's cool. But I feel like there was a great move for Tom Brady. This was probably the best move Tom Brady could make out of all the moves he had possibly to make. He could have went to the LA Chargers, but no, I don't feel like they are good enough. He could have went to who else needs a quarterback? Jacksonville, but they stick in the Minshew. So
they got the beard, baby. They got the beard.
They stick in the Minshew.
No, the mustache. The mustache.
The mustache. They stick in the Gardner Minshew. So he couldn't go there. I just feel like he could have went to the Colts. But Phillip Rivers decided he wanted to make that move, and I feel like they wasn't good enough. But Tom Brady wants to prove himself that he is the reason why they went to the championship, the Super Bowl, 9 times and won 6 of them. He wants to show that he's the reason, even though he's 42, finna turn 43. He wants to prove himself that it was him and not Bill Belichick that got the ring. And he picked the best place to go. I mean, they got Mike Evans, one of the top 10 wide receivers in the league. Chris Godwin, who's a speedster. Yes, top 10. Mike Evans is one of the top 10 wide receivers in the league. I did not say top 5. I said top 10. Now, he's possible top 10. He could be number 10, but he's top
that's
10.
why
But he's top 10.
Like,
if he's number 10, he's in top 10.
That's true. That's true.
He got Chris Godwin, who's a speedster. He got 3 tight ends, to be honest with you. He got Gronk. He got O.J. Howard. He got Cameron Brate. And not to mention that they got a good defense based off the names that they got. They got Ndamukong Suh. They got the top sack leader last year, and Shaquille Barrett. They also got JPP, Mr. 7 Fingers himself, or 8. He might got 8 fingers. I think he got. Let's see, missing
these 2. It's something.
Yeah.
It's something weird. He throwing up gang signs.
Yeah, he got 8 fingers. They got Mr. 8 Finger Man himself. They got Devin White. I like Devin White. They got a lot of talent on that defensive side. And I feel like that Bruce Arians, who will be mainly talking to Tom Brady, while you sitting there talking about Byron Leftwich, no, it's going to be Bruce Arians talking to Tom Brady. And Bruce Arians is a good coach. I believe in Bruce Arians as a head coach. They was what? They was 8-8 last year, wasn't it? With Jameis. And Jameis had his own 30 for 30. He had 30 touchdowns and 30 picks. Now, if Tom Brady can sit there and get less than 30 picks, that could be possibly 2 extra wins to make them 10-6. All they got to do is drop that 30 down to what? 20, 15. But Tom Brady ain't known for throwing a lot of interceptions in a season either. He's known for getting them short routes. And I forgot, they got Ronald Jones. They always liked Ronald Jones as a running back. So he got the weapons. I believe this is the best receiving core he ever had, even though he had Randy Moss with the Patriots. I believe this is the best wide receiving core he had ever had in his career. He still got Gronk, who is coming out from retirement. So we ain't going to have to worry too much about him, but he's still big. Well, he done lost some weight, so he's still big and strong, though. So he can still put up decent numbers. But he got Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, both of them had 1,000 yards last year. He got the weapons. All he got to do, only problem is he facing a tougher division. Now, I can definitely agree to that this division is way tougher than the division that he's used to. He ain't got to go against the damn Dolphins no more. He ain't got to keep whooping on the Jets all the time. He got to go up against your Saints, which is going to be tough. He got to go up against the Panthers, who got Teddy Bridgewater, so they still going to put up decent numbers. They going to be all right. I mean, you should know.
No.
So y'all gave him a quarterback knowing that he's trash. Y'all just gave the Panthers a quarterback knowing that he's trash.
In the games that Drew Brees missed,
they were undefeated. They went undefeated.
And we may won by field goals. All he did was put up field goal numbers. He could get the ball down the field into field goal range, but when it came to getting it in the end zone, that's where he's inefficient. That's why you need an elite quarterback on your team to do anything.
I feel like Christian McCaffrey can bring that red zone playmaker.
Not against an elite defense such as the Saints, or a decent defense in Atlanta. That's gonna be tough for him as well.
Yeah, they is decent. They picked up Dante Fowler. I forgot about it.
Yeah.
So, add this to the Lamar files. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers will win their division. I repeat, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will win the division because of Tom Brady. Tom the GOAT Brady. Now, I don't like Tom Brady. I don't like
what's in your cup? What's in your cup? That's terrible.
I got a lot in my cup, but they ain't got. That's beside the point. That is beside the point.
Not beside the point.
That is beside the point. I got a lot in my cup, but I'll be saying this regardless of what's in my cup or what's not in my cup. I've been saying this. Tom Brady is the GOAT. Well, I ain't been saying it. I just started saying it when he beat my Rams for the second time to get them 6 rings. Even though he wasn't the reason why they won. But yet, he got 6 rings. He got 6 of them things. He's top 5 in passing yards. He's top 5 in passing touchdowns. He's top 5.
Behind who? Behind Drew. Behind who? Okay.
Behind Mr. I will not disrespect the flag. That's who he's behind. Mr. I will not disrespect the flag. I will stand for the flag. I don't care.
I'm not mad at him.
Yeah, I bet you ain't.
I'm not.
That's why he will win the division. Him and the Buccaneers will win that division. You put it down right now.
Lamar Files.
Put it on the Lamar Files, baby. As soon as this podcast over, I'm gonna post it on them sports pages just to put the Lamar Files on lock.
I'm gonna make sure I go in there and screenshot the comment section behind the Lamar Files and put it in the YouTube section under the comments.
We might win because they gonna be harsh. I know they're gonna be harsh.
It's gonna be rough,
man. Especially my boy Brentley. Brentley is gonna come at me, man. Speaking of him, he's definitely gonna be on the podcast one day. I'm gonna get in touch with him because that boy is a fool. Shout out to Brentley,
we need another. Yeah, shout out, man. Shout out. We need another legitimate, smart thinking Saints fan around here.
Right. That's the only reason why you want him on there because he's a Saints fan.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Exactly. It's not fair.
Yeah.
So, I guess we're done with football. Let's go to the NBA. That'll finish us up. So, the season is about to start. We are less than 2 weeks away. And we got teams who are sure and locked in to make the playoffs. But we also got teams that are on the verge of making the playoffs. They're like 3 or 4 games behind, and they trying to get in there. That's the reason why they got 8 games playing. So, which team you think has the best chance of moving up? And they don't have to be a team that's not in the playoffs right now. It could be a team that's in the playoffs, but have a chance of moving up in seeding. So you can pick more than one if you want to. Just let me know who you think you get. Who you got? The Boston Celtics, really, really.
Yes.
What,
Yes.
what seed the Boston Celtics in? They did 3
We
seed.
are yeah, we're currently sitting at 3, but I don't feel as though Milwaukee is as polished as they were uh, when the season was actually going on before the whole COVID-19 thing hit. And what Milwaukee will need is Chris Middleton 100% every game. Out of these 8, he needs to be 100% in order for them to maintain where they are. I'm worried about Giannis. Giannis would there's really no containing him. But as far as role players and people to help him to maintain it, I don't think that he's going to have those shit games where he if he scores 17 points per game, okay, I can see them maintaining. But he's going to have them 9-point games, 11-point games, and that's not good enough. Not good enough to go up against the Boston Celtics team. Now, I will tell you this: as far as the East goes, and I hate to say this because I know Brian is going to look at this and he's smiling when I say this. I do believe that Miami has a good chance of coming up, even though they sitting at number 4, right behind us. I do believe that they have a good chance. Looking at their schedule over these next games, I believe that they have an advantage to come up, but so do we. And I'm gonna speak on that because I don't want to give Brian too much praise right now.
Too late.
Okay, well, I'm gonna just go ahead and move to the West.
Right.
See anything changing in the West?
What? You what?
Any?
Oh, timeout. Go
I
back.
don't see nothing.
You don't see
Nothing
anything
will change
changing in
in
the
the
West.
West.
The West is
Nothing
so
will change.
close between the second and the second and the 7th seed. They like 4 games from each other.
The only team that I could see having an advantage, and it's not because I live here, but that boy Yoki is something serious, and you have to consider that as far as that team goes. Outside of Denver, I love Luka, but I don't think that Luka has enough pieces around him to continue to push Dallas' chance to get further in this. It's gonna be it's gonna be tricky because it is so close. But as far as the top teams go, I think that they will maintain that same balance. They still will continue to coast, and especially with we don't really just know how healthy Westbrook will be when he gets there. Because I mean he'll be in the quarantine. Well, he's being quarantined now, so that means that he's not getting any kind of physical play. He's just basically sitting around not doing anything. So I think that that's going to play a significant factor. But as far as like the top seeds in the West, I think that they will just continue to roll.
Okay. Well, I disagree wholeheartedly on the West side. But on the East side, I feel like Washington, they ain't going to be able to pull off anything in order to even make the playoffs.
That's why I didn't
However,
mention them.
however, I do see 2 teams in the East that can move up significantly. Significantly. That's probably the drink talking now. But I
Exactly the drink
have
talking.
to.
It's been talking.
No, it's not been talking. You know what? I ain't got to deal
Lamar
with it.
Files.
Yeah, don't put it on Lamar file. That don't have nothing to do with my file. Now you can put this in the Lamar file. I feel like the Philadelphia 76ers and the Indiana Pacers will move up in the season. which means that Miami and the Raptors will drop. I feel like the Indiana Pacers, now since hearing that Victor Oladipo deciding that he actually gonna play instead of sitting out. Just heard that news a couple hours ago. And with the Philadelphia 76ers, I feel like the movement of Ben Simmons to power forward instead of point guard will help them out a lot. Now, hear me on this. The reason why I feel this way is because Ben Simmons is a slasher. He's not a point guard. Point guards can shoot that outside jumper. Ben Simmons ain't have no outside jumper whatsoever. He got a drive. That's it. Drive and pass. He can pass that ball crazy. But he got a drive. That's it. Now, people going to leave him open at the three-point line all day. And that's because they know he can't shoot the three. He's not even going to attempt to shoot the three. And you need point guards who at least give you that kind of threat. They don't have to always make it, but they at least can give you that threat that, hey, I can shoot this three if you leave me wide open. Ben Simmons ain't got that. Ben Simmons got a drive, and if he drive, they're going to try to come at him. Bam, pass straight to Joel Embiid for an easy layup or dunk. That's why I feel like as a team, that's going to help them out. And plus, the point guard position can be upgraded with a shooter. They can actually have a shooter as a point guard. That's why I feel like both of those teams in the East can move up. Now, in the West, I wish I could be biased so much and say that my Spurs can come all the way up from next to last and make the playoffs. But that's not going to happen because we just got some more bad news that Trey Lyles is out for the season. So now we missing two big men for the season, and I give up. I'm just glad that we can play 8 games, and once we play these 8 games, we'll move on to next year, which is sad. But I will give you the 2 teams that I feel like will move up. The first team that'll move up, I hate to say it, but I believe the NBA just want the Pelicans to make the playoffs. I really think that they just want the Pelicans to make the playoffs. And the way they got the schedule looking, I believe the Pelicans will find that way to make the playoffs. I'm sorry, Memphis. I hate to say it, but I feel like the Pelicans are going to make the playoffs. They want Zion Williamson to do something that LeBron didn't do his rookie year and make playoffs. So I feel like that's going to bring up numbers. That's going to make people watch more. And it's sad to hear, but it's the truth. It's simply the truth. The Pelicans will make the playoffs, so they're going to move up. But the team that's already in the playoffs that's going to move up significantly is the Dallas Mavericks. I don't think that you are giving the role players the Dallas Mavericks have any credit. I believe in Kristaps Porzingis. I believe in they don't have Dennis Smith Jr. no more. I believe in Hardaway. They got Hardaway. I believe in Hardaway. I believe in a big man. I believe that they have what it takes to at least move up. I give them 3 spots. They're at the 7 right now. They can get at least to the 4th. They can get at least to the 4th seed. I believe so much in Luka Doncic. That boy is a beast. I believe so much in him that they can find a way to move up at least 3 spots and get that 4th seed.
If he's averaging 34 points a game, yes. But if not, then no.
He can average 28 points and 10 assists a game, and they'll be able to do
it. That's a little bit of a stretch in my opinion, but because no, I don't believe in Porzingis. He just like I was referring to Chris Middleton. He has one of during these 8 games. unless he is really unstoppable and does everything that he needs to do, game in, game out, then no, we're leaving everything on Luka's shoulders to carry that team. And with him being as young as he is, with him not having the experience that it comes with being in these type of situations, I don't see him being able to carry that kind of hump.
I don't know.
I don't see it.
I disagree.
I don't see it.
I disagree.
I don't see it.
I disagree. I disagree. I feel like Luka and that Dallas Maverick team, because it's gonna be pretty bad if they find a way to move on up, and it's definitely gonna hurt the Utah Jazz and the Houston Rockets and the OKC Thunder if they find a way to move up. They find a way to move up, it's gonna hurt.
We got 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, about less than 2 weeks now.
Yeah, less than 2 weeks. It's exhibition games start
next week.
In literally 1 week from today, isn't it? Yeah, 1 week from today.
Yeah, I believe it is 1 week from today. But I'm ready to see it. Little extra note that people are getting snitched on, and I don't blame them for getting snitched on for breaking the rules in the bubble. Because if anybody get the corona in that bubble and it spreads, season over. So they need to abide by these rules.
I remember seeing something. I didn't really dive off into it because I was at work and I just got an update on my phone or an alert on my phone saying something about that they will continue if everyone the whole bubble was like 1%, like even if like 1% of the entire bubble were affected, they would still carry on with the season. Did you see something like that?
Yeah, it has to be that 1%. I mean, if only just a few catch it, then I can understand. But if everybody start catching it and it just spread it without them catching it in time, I don't see them continuing the season. And that's going to hurt LeBron James' heart so much that he's going to cry to his fans and his friends going to cry with him and say, "You still the GOAT. You still the GOAT no matter what." Which he's not.
His stands. He is not definitely not.
This is all about LeBron James. This should be the LeBron playoff. This should be the LeBron bubble. This is basically what it is. The LeBron bubble. Can LeBron James find a way to win the championship? Yes or no? And regardless,
no, because the Clippers are his worst enemy right now.
Man, you know how this would be the worst thing that happened to his legacy. That the Clippers, the team that has not won a championship ever, the team that hasn't made to the conference finals ever, beating the best, being one of the best franchises in not just NBA history, but sports history. I say it, sports history. Y'all, the Celtics and the Lakers, one of the best franchises in sports history, losing to your little baby brother who stayed right underneath y'all
in the same arena.
They just in the basement.
Right.
Beating you. But hey, everything's it's a neutral court. Not nobody got home court advantage. Everybody on the same court. So that's how I feel like that's gonna make a big difference. And that's the reason why I picked those players.
So you're saying the fact of no team having home court advantage or the energy of fans is gonna play a big factor?
It's gonna play a huge factor, especially on talented teams that has just the talent to win. And I feel like that Dallas Mavericks can move up with these 8 games. Don't mean that they're going to make a push in the playoffs. I just feel like that these 8 games, they got the decent amount of talent. And Luka, he's used to playing anywhere. Like before he played in the NBA, He played
That's true.
overseas. So this ain't nothing new to him. Same thing with Christoph Porzingis. This ain't nothing new to him. He played in
You
many
know,
different arenas.
I'm saying with Luka, when I was saying like the inexperience, it's more pressure right now to actually increase your rating to it, help your chances out ultimately.
But I don't think it's that much pressure because he he already know he's making the playoffs. He can't drop because
Oh, no,
they
I'm
only
not saying that.
oh
I'm not saying. I'm as far as like like looking ahead, like looking as far as the seeding goes, like how much he would have to do to determine who he played in the playoffs.
but I don't even think he'll be
That's
worried about that. I
well,
just think
I think that's where it comes from.
I believe he just more worried about winning, and then him winning games is just gonna automatically just slow him up. And him like after 8 games, he'll be like, "Oh wow, we the fourth seed. Okay, I can take that. Let's go."
A lot of you giving a lot of credit. Here again, we got 2 weeks.
Got 2 weeks. I can't wait for 'em. So that
Yeah.
brings the end of this sports podcast. We will have our next podcast on Friday. So let's see. Oh yeah, we don't give y'all any idea what we're gonna talk about. We'll rather let y'all find out on Friday. That's how we do it.
And and in the comments, I think it would be a good idea if we let some of the people that are watching throw some ideas, some stuff around. Just whatever they think we should talk about. There should be
Yeah,
some fan input in there as well.
I agree. I agree. If y'all want us to talk about a certain topic in the sports, make sure it's sports related. Now, if you want to bring anything else up, you got to go to the family podcast. But anything sports related, please hit us up in the comments. Let us know what you think. Let us know. As a matter of fact, give us your input on the topics that we had today. We'd like to hear what y'all feel. How y'all feel about it? It's just not that we just letting y'all know, but we want to hear from y'all also because without y'all, we can't do this. I'm just being honest with you. We can't do this without y'all.
Facts.
We really can't. So just keep on listening to us. We'll keep giving y'all input and we'll keep this show rolling no matter what.
And we will listen to y'all as well.
We would definitely listen to y'all. So y'all can follow me on Facebook at Lamar SoReal. Follow my page, SoReal Studios, SoReal Sports Talk. Follow me on Instagram at SoReal Studios. No, it's SoReal Sports Talk on Instagram. I got to get all that stuff put in one because I got SoReal Studios on one, SoReal Sports Talk on another. But I'm gonna get all that together. Follow me on Twitter, The Real, SoReal, THE, capital T, capital R, capital S. The Real, SoReal. Follow me on Twitter and follow my YouTube page, man. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. I'm gonna be bringing content on there on a daily basis, as much as I can, every single day. So follow me on all them. Now, Reggie, what they gotta follow you on?
All right, you want to hit me up on Facebook? It's Reggie Walker of Simpine. Um, I said again, y'all don't want to follow me on Instagram. I'm not even gonna put out there. That's some of my dirty work. Y'all wouldn't want to be a part of it. It has nothing to do with family related issues and or matters or sports. So I'm get to myself and whoever else wants to follow me that way. As far as this goes,
If you like people being an asshole, a complete asshole, follow Reggie on Instagram.
yeah, yeah. If you want to, if yeah, uh, it's you underscore r underscore a asshole. That's Instagram, but you really don't have to. uh, I'm on Twitter at 23 Jumpman Kicks is right down, and I will try to keep everything as updated as possible, and I too plan on going into everything so it can be in one, and you wouldn't have to jump around. What's his name on here? What's his name on here? I have everything up and running. But as you all know, these are the groundbreaking stages of SoReal Talk, SoReal Studio, So Sports. So we will everything, and I push you. We love you. We thank you. We like the support, and we will keep it going.
Yes, we will, man. Thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for watching if you're watching on the YouTube page. And we will see y'all on Friday. Friday is one of our biggest days, and you will see why on Friday. So stay tuned.
Yeah, yeah, they're gonna love that.
They gonna love Friday. So stay tuned,
Yeah,
man. And we'll see y'all on Friday, man. Peace out.
peace and love.